Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome to the channel, honey. Welcome to the channel. Listen, I know this is late, okay? I know it's super late, but hopefully, it's a few of y'all that may be up, I'm saying, need a little bit of entertainment before you close your eyes up for the night. So you feel what I'm saying? So go ahead, like up the video, let me know that you guys are here, all right? I had to come to y'all so that we could talk about this motherfucking interview that just took place between Maurice Scott and Kimmi Scott over on TGIF. Well, over on Fox Soul. With TGIF, I do believe that it features Funky Da Diva, Claudia, Jordan, and then Al. I don't want to get his last name wrong, but Al is also a part of that show as well. So let me know first of all that y'all can hear me without issue, please, okay? Because they were playing it live, and when they were playing it live, I said, "Oh, girl, let me hurry up and just take as much notes as I can from what I could catch." You know what I'm saying, girl? Because I wasn't able to like rewind it. It seemed like they were doing like this whole replay thing. But we have to chat about this real quickly. Let me make sure that I am also sharing this somewhere else. Give me one second. Oh, if you guys are on threads, girl, first of all, there is my new little app there, girl. Okay, Spill is good too, but threads is definitely coming through. So if you're on threads, definitely go ahead and follow your girl there. They make it very easy for you to go ahead and kind of like share your stuff. Let me make sure I just put this up here real quick, y'all, and we are definitely going to talk about it. Be sure to go ahead and like up the video for me. As you guys like up the video, it lets YouTube know people actually over here watching, and then more people are likely to come on over, join us so that we could chit chat about some stuff. Okay, so definitely like up the video. Feel free to share the video, but we about to talk about some stuff. Okay, girl, I had to hurry up and push this live, girl. Shout out to one of my subbies, Jesse. Jesse ended up hitting me up like, Jamie, I don't know if you sleep or not, but did you watch this? And I'm like, girl, did I see that? Girl, I just finished watching it. Okay. I see somebody in the comments asked about Threads. Threads is this new app, kind of like Twitter, that Instagram created. They created a new app. It's called Threads. It kind of looks like Twitter just a little bit, but I feel like it's a bit better. But they don't have a whole lot of functionality yet. They are working on that. But it's like an easy click through. Like you literally can click from your profile back to Threads, and from Threads back to your Instagram profile. It's super dope. It's super dope. So I really, really like it. And then I also like the fact that you're able to kind of interact with people that you may not normally interact with, like let's say, I guess, like influencers that may have like thousands of followers over on Instagram, but when you tweet in and they put something out, it's like, well, where it is right now, okay, where it is right now, how they got it set up right now, it's easier for you to kind of like respond to some of their stuff, and they're likely to respond back and stuff. So I feel like, y'all probably could develop some little networks and friendships and stuff at this point until it gets, more complicated a little later. But it's a dope app. I would, encourage anybody to check it out. You don't like it, delete the app, remove it. It is two separate apps. I know a lot of people was like, well, they could have just added this as a tab on Instagram. I don't know. Maybe they didn't have the bandwidth. I don't know. They just decided to create a whole nother app. And in all honesty, I feel like what they're going to try to do is use that app as another outlet for them to market for advertising dollars, if that makes sense. Because at some point, girl, it's gonna be heavy with the advertising like it is over there on Instagram. And I feel like that's where Instagram gonna lose the people on threads when they start doing this heavy advertising or whatever. But anywho, we have about 120 some people in the chat. Well, it may be more than that on my end. I think it shows like 120 something, but y'all make sure y'all go ahead and like up the video, because we would love for the likes to match. Okay, the people that's actually watching. You feel what I'm saying? All right, so let's get into this interview real quick. Let me move this over so we can talk. Girl, did y'all, first of all, who saw this interview? Matter of fact, let me put a poll. Let me put up a poll if I can. Because I just want to know who saw this mother interview. Girl, who saw this? Give me one. Let me mute this. I need to know who watched the interview. Cause bitch, this here. Girl, and first of all, let's talk about how Kimmi got up there and she did exactly what I thought she was going to do. Do you hear what I say? She got up there and she did exactly what I thought she was going to do, which was protect Maurice. And Maurice got up there and did exactly what the fuck I thought he was going to do, which is deflect. Do you hear me? Which is deflect and not give direct answers. I could not, at my big grown ass age, I'm just telling y'all, just me, okay? Because it's really giving. I could do bad all by myself, in all honesty. I could not sit up there in my big grown ass age and deal with a person that plays on my intelligence, consistently gaslights me, and never gives me clear, direct answers. You feel what I'm saying? I could not, and I understand, and I, I don't know what's going on in Kimmi's head. So my thoughts are really speaking from the outside looking in. And for me, it's really giving I'm older and I don't want to be alone. So I'm just gonna stick beside him. Monster is almost about to graduate from high school. What's up, really, BTV? Um Monster's about to go ahead and graduate from high school soon. So maybe when he graduates and we get him up out the house, maybe some things are going to change. Ma'am, knock, knock. Who's there? Okay. Who is there, ma'am? The bullshit is knocking at the door because what you have allowed and what he has conditioned you to be is what's going to continue until you get motherfucking tired. Now, I've been seeing quite a few comments where people were saying, after she goes through this chemo process and everything, and, she's in remission from cancer, she's probably going to have an awakening moment and she's probably going to step away, walk away from this man. I don't know what she's going to do. I definitely want her to be happy, but I am so tired of watching like the same face she gave in this interview. And I'm going to break it down. The same face she gave in this interview, she gives on the show. She gives on the show when they're talking. She gives on the show in the confessionals. I don't know. It just takes me back to a past relationship that I was in where it's like you can't fully express yourself. So instead of going outward, continuing to express yourself, you go inward to avoid argument. Or in Kimmi's case, I don't even know if it's that she avoids argument. I just feel like he's never gonna try to understand me, so let me just shut up type thing. You know what I'm saying? And it pisses me off so much. And I feel like Maurice is we thought, I know, let me speak for myself. I really thought that he was a good guy initially in the beginning, but I feel like Maurice just really got by on his looks with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? He's not bad on the eye. He's a lighter skinned brother, because you know how Miss Wanda loves her some Maurice because he's a lighter skinned fool. Okay. I feel like he got by with a lot of bullshit, you know? But anywho, shout out to Funky, because Funky wasn't playing with them. Funky not even really, and you could tell he wanted to go in more than what he did, but he wanted to make sure he kept it classy based because it's not on his platform, it's on Fox Soul platform. But Claudia was up there speaking for the women for sure. Claudia came through and she was calling out that I was like, yes, thank you so much for revisiting this. So let's get into the interview, okay? Again, we have over 200 people in the chat. So if you guys will be so kind to just go ahead and like up the video, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So go ahead and get that one thing out the way if you do not mind, all right? Now, Kimmi says that when she met Maurice, he was flipping houses and she wanted to get into real estate. Now, please, in the chat, for the Love and Marriage Huntsvillers that has been watching this show and keeping up with things, please let me know in the chat, because I know y'all, girl, it's giving Kiki. I know him. I know they lying. I know it, because I can't. Y'all have to confirm in the chat. Did it not come out that he was a barber? Did she not say that he used to cut her son's hair? Did she not say she hopped into this man's DMs? What's up, Storm Monroe, honey? What's going on? Did she not say, like, I could have sworn this said that. I know I ain't tripping. Okay, so I'm not, so she definitely said that. So where the do we get off? Okay. Girl, who's saying that? Where the hell do you get off telling me your mama said I'm not what you need? Girl, that's what your mama should have told you. Come on, Tony Braxton. So where the hell do you get off coming to tell the people that this man was flipping damn houses and you wanted to get into real estate. No, ma'am. It's given he was flipping bitches in houses. Hello? Knock, knock. Who's there? Maurice is what it's giving. Okay? That's what it was giving. He was flipping them hoes in the houses because did you say he had a lot of hoes? Do you say he was over there talking to a lot of women and you wasn't for to sit up there and be a part of it? Y'all not for to sit up here and play me with this whole damage control ass interview. And the sad part for me, y'all, is the fact that they did this and it still did not help his credibility at all. It still make him look stupid as fuck because he still stood 10 toes down on what the fuck he said. Do you hear me? After Claudia sat up there and gave this man multiple chances to try and change, reword, fix it, change it, rearrange it, and he kept standing in it. Girl, it was a mess. It was a mess. Okay, thank y'all for confirming that in the chat because I was like, I know I'm not crazy. I know I heard this. I know I heard this, girl. I know it. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dolores. It's my good sis Jamie live at this time of night, girl. And you know it's some shit. I got up out my bed. You know it's some shit. Thank you so much for the super chat, girl. You know it had to be some shit for me to get up. I said, I feel too many ways. I ain't getting people no content today, and they got me hot, bothered, and not in a good way. Let me get up here and let me get them together. Okay, because one thing Love and Marriage Huntsville people gonna do, they gonna have you get them together. They gonna have you. And now she did say she feel like the fans do too much, which I do agree. I do agree. Some of the fans, they do be going overboard, girl, with the exposing and all the stuff that they do, girl. They really do. They are so worse than the Housewives fans, 1000%. But she was on the fan side with a lot of the comments and things that they had to say. So yeah, it was giving Kimmi, you trying to sit up here and look unbothered, but everything that you're saying is proving that you really were bothered. And I want you to know that it's absolutely okay for you to be bothered as fuck. It's absolutely okay. But let's keep going. So then Kimmi responds to the headlines because I think Funky could have asked about the headlines of Maurice demanding intimacy while Kimmi is over there battling chemotherapy. So she claims she didn't watch it at first because she was saying she was seeing a lot of comments that people were like, oh, we know that she watched it and stuff. She was like, no, I really didn't watch it. She says, but then they start seeing all this stuff. Basically, she started seeing clips. She started to see headlines everywhere. She started to see comments. And here's the gag. Kimmi, it wasn't that you started to see all that shit. Let me tell you what happened since you talked about the fans being crazy. After they watched that interview with y'all producer, they went right over there to your page and they started hopping in them comments. And that's what you really saw the first time. But you wasn't gonna respond because you ain't think it was that big of a deal, girl. But when you started, Carlos was over there paying for ads, girl. Hello, Hollywood Unlocked. Hello, the neighborhood talk. Okay, because y'all ain't never really posted before. All right. But when you start seeing that and it started to circulate, okay, trying to get them views up over there on the show, girl, because they are steady declining, drop it, girl, not the raindrops, drop it. Anyway, girl, when you saw all of that, that's when you decided that you was gonna, come to the front, and you only came to the front to protect his image. And even in that, he didn't protect you at all. I have a problem with that so much. I have so much over. I just don't like Maurice, y'all. I've been telling y'all this for a few weeks, especially my patrons. Like, y'all already know. Like, I just don't like that man. I just don't like how he handles her at all, y'all. I could exhale too damn hard, and my man gonna be like, "You okay, babe? Baby, all right?" I could never do too much, and he not gonna sit up there and check on me. And your man over there trying to get you to turn the fuck over so he can get what he need. Girl, if you don't get the let's keep going. Let me keep going. Hold on one sec. I need to share this in one more place. And then, okay, boom. So then she said she saw the clips and the headlines everywhere or whatever. That's what she saw. And she said, so when she saw it, she then went and she watched it. And she told him that it was disrespectful and that he did not protect her, nor did he consider her. Well, I'm glad you told him, but it seemed like this didn't matter because he, again, like I said, stood 10 toes down in what he had said when he was talking to Carla. Like, that's literally how he feels. Let's keep going. I like this interview. I really want y'all to go over there when you get a chance. Please watch it for yourself. Please watch this interview for yourself because I want y'all to see the ways that Kimmi sat up there and tried to protect this man. Please, how she tried to kind of change stories and everything. And it's given for me, whatever she said, trying to change the story. It's like, Kimmi, that's not what you said in the car. What you said in the car was that you be suffering. You roll over and you suffer through the sex for him. And then you said it with a slight, that's like putting LOL on the end when the shit really ain't funny, but you hope it soften the blow just a little bit by putting that LOL like it's gonna do something. Like that's what that laugh was giving. Like, no, ma'am. Like you meant what you said on the front end, not the back. Don't add the LOL. We don't need that. Girl, not y'all talking about her man, her man, her man. It's not funny, but it is making me think about my man, my man, my man, my man. And my man be out here embarrassing. Like, girl, the men's is embarrassing. Okay? The men's is embarrassing the ladies. I can't take it. I cannot. Girl, y'all need to make y'all husband sign NDAs, high key. Bitch, don't speak on me. Got a problem with my attire, bitch, signing NDA. Don't get your ass up there on social media. Thank you for this. Pull it out. Where's the NDA? Where is it? Can he go ahead? Can he go ahead and sign that for me, please? Thank you. That's what y'all need to be doing. Kiki, you sat up there and had a baby by that man, girl. You should have sat up there and put an NDA next to it so he can't speak on a goddamn thing, okay? And Kimmi, you might need to put one on him. So you might need a gag order on him and remove yourself from the show. But let me keep going. All right. So she then, she said she went and watched it. She told him he didn't really protect her. He didn't consider her anything. She said she was the one to tell him. She was bringing up something about her telling him about the chemo lowering her libido. So I don't really know. I can't remember why she said that. I feel like that was her way of trying to put it off on herself. Like, I'm the one that really brought this conversation to the forefront because I'm the one that expressed it, to him. And that didn't really sound right if that is the angle she was taking, because then it only validates him saying some stupid shit when he says, I don't know how she's feeling because I'm not inside her body. Girl, what? So then she says that he has never forced her to do anything. Not that and he also never made her feel like he would ever leave her or anything. She says, but I do agree that his wording, his choices of words at that time was horrible. And I am like, Kimmi, if you are rolling over, ma'am, I'm sorry. It is giving forced. And you may not want to admit that, but it's definitely giving forced. If you are exhausted, tired, whatever the case, I don't even care if you're not tired or exhausted that day. It's just the fact that you're going through a lot mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. You're going through a lot. So if you have to if you say you rolling over and suffering through it, girl, that's giving forced. And not only is he forcing you, but you're forcing yourself, and you're not speaking up saying, this is not what I'm trying to do. You'll feel what I'm saying? And we'll get into we'll get into more. Let's keep going. So then Claudia asked whether she felt nervous or if she felt the way if she didn't have sex with him. And Kimmi says that she never felt like he was going to leave her. Of course, she says that she would never make him go longer than 7 days. BITCH, I'll make your ass go a month if I'm sitting over here dealing with chemo. Do you hear what I say? If I'm sitting over here dealing with, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Go a month. Use your hands. 2 of them is what you have. 2 of them is what you have. Period. Okay. Go get you a little object, a little toy, something you could, them little, what they call the little cootie humpers or something. I don't know. But, excuse me. And then she says, and at this time when I did it on the show, when I brought this up and talked it had been 2 weeks at that point. It had been 2 weeks. And, sex is enjoyable for the both of us. Not just him. Like when he's missing out, I'm also missing out. I said, bitch, if you do not stop the press, this is bullshit, ma'am. This is BS. I can't. I understand you ain't gonna want to do to your partner what they did to you, which is make you look like a fool or whatever the case is. But girl, you didn't also have to come to us with the lies. Talking about it had been 2 weeks and I never like to make him wait more than 7 days. What? And he doesn't have to say that he's going to leave you for you to feel like he would. If this man is telling you he's a man that does not want sex, but a man that needs sex, that to me pretty much displays a man that is likely to stray at some point, which is why you feel the need to keep up even when you don't want to. And girl, I can't take it. Girl, I cannot. Thank you so much, lady 6916 for the super chat. Is that why he took 7 years to marry Kimmi? I'm gonna go, ma'am. No, you didn't. Now you ain't have to come at that lady that whore. Girl, you ain't have to come at that lady that whore. Girl, embarrassed. Did it take 7? Ooh, child. I don't know. That's a good ass question. That is a good ass question, ma'am. I don't know, honey. Ooh, let's keep going, though. Let's keep going. All right. So then Maurice says he didn't have not okay. I don't know what the question was, y'all, because again, it was moving quick. I was just typing as I was seeing it. So Maurice says that he didn't have a knowledge of her suffering and not wanting to give him the coup. You didn't have knowledge. That pisses me off so much because y'all have been together at this point for over a decade, married or not, and you know your spouse. What do you mean you didn't have knowledge of her suffering? What are you talking about? You didn't have knowledge of her suffering. You should have been able to pay attention to her body language enough to know whether she was suffering or not. What? Then he goes on when they asked about the interview or whatever. He was like, he goes stand in it pretty much, and he's gonna own all of his words. He's gonna own what it is that he said. Like, yeah, I said that, I did that, but he wasn't retracting anything. He wasn't offering an alternative thought or nothing. It was really him reiterating what the hell he already said because he stood by how he felt. And that's just, and you could just see the frustration on Kimmi's face while she's trying to smile through it. And I was so glad Funky Don even clocked it. And he was just like, girl, you seem like you feel you looking like you just uncomfortable. And I'm gonna tell y'all later how she responded to when he told her that she looked uncomfortable. I said, come on, y'all better get in these people's ass. Come on. Okay. They did it very respectfully, I feel. They wasn't trying to upset their guests or nothing, but I appreciated the fact that they were able to call things how they were. Okay. So let's see what else. So then he talking about something. He didn't have knowledge of her suffering or whatever like that. He talking about he was surprised on TV, so he didn't know or whatever until she told him. And I feel like that's cap. You knew. You didn't want to address it. If she ain't gonna say nothing, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm still getting what it is that I want out the deal and da 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 da. And here's the gag for me, y'all. Y'all gotta let me know. This is what I'm thinking. How did you not realize this woman's suffering? Because then here's my thing. If her libido has dropped because of chemo, don't you think that she's not as wet as she normally would be? So not only is she dealing with that up top, but you heard her down there too. I cannot take it at all. I cannot take it at all. I'm cringing at the thought. So let me get that out of my head, girl. Let me move back a little bit because some should have told you some wasn't going how I should have went down there. You feel what I'm saying? Like you just ignorant and you selfish and you self-centered as fuck. And you really only care about only your damn feelings. And that's why I feel like your son only likes you 75% of the time, in all honesty. Because 25% he can't stand your ass. And the other within that 25%, he know he can't beat your ass either. But that boy don't really care for you. I mean, he loves you, don't get me wrong. But you know how you love your parent, but you may not like them right now, type thing. Like that boy like your 75% of the time. But anyway, let me keep going. But that's just what teenagers do, I guess, honey. Let's keep going. So he didn't necessarily at this time answer the interview because I was like, okay, well, what about the stupid ass interview though? Like, let's get into those things. So he continues to say that it's admirable. Girl, I could have what did Martin say? I'll take a cue ball. My lady is always classy. Ain't that's what Martin said? I'm like, I'll take a cue ball and knock your head off. Because why would you continue to say the same thing? And then, girl, this is why y'all have to go and listen to it for yourself. Because the way this man tried to clean this up and say that he said he continues to say that it's admirable because she was willing to suffer through something for him. He's like, a lot of times people don't tell you that they're doing something for you until after the fact. And when you realize that they're doing it for you, it means so much bigger. And it's like, no, not when it comes to sex, when a person is dealing with chemo. That's not, no. No, that might be if they went and got a tie for your car or something like that. Then maybe if they knew that your you know what I'm saying, your thread on your car was getting a little low or something like that. Like maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they went to the grocery store, dropped stuff off, ordered you some food. Maybe I mean they was doing that for you. Like I don't know, maybe, but that don't apply with this one. You tried to make that fit and it did not fucking fit. Okay. Thank you so much. Yep, that's D for the super chat. He needs help if he gotta take I'm suffering through it, cooch, because he can't miss out. Hello, he really does need a therapist. He needs an XES therapist, and he also needs just a personal therapist because I don't know what the fuck went on in his childhood for him and his brother to come out with the mentality that they have today. Be so for real, and how he don't have knowledge of her suffering, but he's the one who said it. Make it make sense, and witnesses it every day, witnesses it all the time. Please help the people today because we're confused. Okay. So yeah, I just disagree with that whole situation of him saying that it was admirable and he tried to twist it and turn it and flip it. So Funky Dineva asked whether he thought it was cringy, right? Maurice says that like was it how did he ask? I think he said, was it cringy to I think watch or see your videos being played back, hearing what people had to say or something like that. He asked them, was it cringy? And Maurice responded and says that they weren't doing it on the days that she wasn't feeling good. So this is him not necessarily answering the question that Funky asked, but him going on to explain that when it came down to them getting it in, they weren't doing it like that on the days that she didn't feel good. When you dealing, I don't know. I really feel like, and I have not experienced that. Okay. So I don't know. This is my assumption and my outside view. But when you're dealing with that, I don't think there is ever any good days until you hear that you no longer have it and you know you're in remission or you can move forward to the phase of finishing up chemo or whatever. I just feel like there aren't any good days to where she ever feels like doing it. Because here's the gag with your stupid ass, like I just I don't like this man. I don't like him. Before we even found out that Kimmi had cancer, Kimmi was not trying to do this with this man like that all the time, all the time. She was not trying to do that. She wasn't. Y'all remember when she went to the Dr. Francis retreat and that was a conversation? Kimmi didn't announce she had cancer at that time. I don't even think Kimmi knew at that time. This has been an ongoing conversation before this right here. She don't be wanting to hump you. You know why? I feel like it's because of the same reason she mentioned about that interview. Like, you don't, what she said, she was like, you don't protect me. That was disrespectful. You don't protect me. You didn't consider me. I feel like those are active behaviors that Maurice consistently displays throughout their relationship. And I feel like resentment has slowly built up over time, and that's one of the reasons why I feel like she just don't be in. One, he want to do it too much because he needs it so damn much. She's older than him, and I don't think that she needs it like that. You know what I'm saying? And not that age really has anything to do with it. Just in general, she just don't need it like that. But I also think that those things play a factor. And there may be a little bit of resentment there. So how you may desire her because to you just catching your whatever, she don't really desire you like that for real. In my personal world, that's just like, I don't know these folks. I'm just giving y'all my outside point of view on how I see it. Let's see what else. So let's see. Yeah, Maurice says whenever Kimmi feels not protected, which is his job and his duty, he will correct it. But what? If you would have corrected it, you would have corrected it in that interview instead of Claudia having to ask you about 3 different times to correct it. So you full of shit, basically. You full of it. If she ever feels not protected, that's my job for me to protect my wife. That's why God gave her to me. Then I will correct it. Well, if that's how you feel, why the fuck you forced her to go sit down and have a meeting with your baby mama about their issues from the past that no longer matters when the issue on the table is your motherfucking child? You and your ex-wife, your baby mama should have went and had a fucking sit down and a conversation. That's what y'all should have went and did. instead of you sending Kimmi over there. See, that's your fucking problem. You need to get sorted out with Kyle first. You don't know how to really handle Kyle. Well, that's why you always add Kimmi into the mix. But you also add Kimmi into the mix so that it could be a form of deflection, so you don't have to answer to your poor ass behavior. But that should have been a meeting for y'all two. Then you could add Kimmi in on a later end. I don't know why you be trying to act like that lady is the first relative when she's not. She is not the first relative. That is not a first cousin, first mama, or nothing to no motherfucking monster. She comes second. It means step. That means there's another step before that one. Okay, so y'all should have went off to the side, did what y'all did, then included that lady in later. That's why y'all need a different type of family therapy. But anyway, girl, he done pissed me off, but we're gonna keep going. So Funky Dineva, he asked whether fans' comments has affected their relationship at all. And here go Maurice, baby. First of all, this again, please watch it. When I tell y'all it was a pause, when you saw the pause. And then Maurice hit them. Don't give me the bullshit, because I know you're finna follow up with it. But what we can confirm, dear heart, is that it has affected some stuff. It has. Because you done already embarrassed this lady on the show. But I guess Kimmi ain't tripping too much because ain't nobody really watching. Not funny. But ain't nobody really watching, but they definitely be onto the social media. You done embarrassed her more down to the social media than your ass did on the TV screen. So you damn right. It's making her feel away. Yeah, it is a little something going on in the relationship. Thank you so much, Lee, for the super chat. I can't understand how this Mega Mind raw leg quarter. I couldn't get past the raw leg. I'm sorry. I can't understand how this Mega Mind raw leg quarter looking arsenic is a lawyer. His responses always make him worse. He worse than Marceau for sure. For sure he is. But you know, he's a lawyer. And a lot of lawyers are like that. They are great at deflecting, having the gift of gab, and all of that. They are for sure, for sure. Thank you for the super chat, Lee. So yeah, what else was I saying? Yeah, so when Maurice did the I'm like, bitch, ain't no because you know exactly what it is. So this is what he says, not answering the question directly. Tell me something, you know, it doesn't matter. First of all, let me do it how they did it. Funky says, so has any of the comments from the fans or anything like that, has that like really affected you guys' relationship? Yeah, it was that pause right there. That's what it was given. No, it doesn't matter to me what they say. Only what Kimmi says and what Monster says. Baby, you don't even listen to Monster. So don't add this baby into none of your bullshit, because remember, the only time you spend with him is when you take him to school and you drop his ass. Or when you drop him off and you picking him up. That's it. That's the time you spend with your son. So don't tell us nothing about what Monster says and how it matters, because we know that it doesn't. Cut it the fuck out. And we know what Kimmi had to say don't matter. And you know how we know? Because Kimmi told you that it did not protect her. She told you that it was disrespectful. She's already explained to you the issues. You turn around, stand 10 toes down, and what the fuck you said on that interview, then say it's your duty to protect her as her husband, because that's why God gave her to you. And then again, you follow up with standing 10 toes down. So stop telling us that it only matters what Kimmi and Monster say, because you don't give a fuck about them. Okay, Kimmi, I don't know how you let this barber slide through. I don't know how you let this barber slide through, bitch. I do not know how you let this barber slide through, and I don't know how you got your ass up there on that interview trying to rewrite history, talk about this man was flipping houses and you wanted to do real estate. So was he flipping? Was he flipping the houses when he was over there doing being a barber too? Possibly, I don't know, because you know Marceau had his stuff going on, so maybe he was over there flipping. But I'm just trying to see, was he flipping the houses? Because I have to be honest, and I'm gonna say it like I said at the top of the video. It's given he was flipping them hoes in them houses. Is what it was given. Girl, so which one? Over here rewrite history. But let's keep going. So then Kimmi answers this question, and that's when she says a lot of fans have had a lot of fans have a lot of things to say, basically, and they be going overboard. But she says the fans were right when it came down to the comments of, you know, Maurice. Okay, she said, I feel like it was crass, it was immature, it was disrespectful, and he definitely was not protecting me. Period. And this is her saying this again. So from what I can recall, Kimmi told him this off camera, and Kimmi has said it twice in this interview. So that's 3 times in a row that she has told you how you have made her feel. Baby, now it's time for Claudia, because Claudia hops in and she calls out Maurice for continuing to reiterate the same he did on the interview, and how he is still how she is still protecting him, and he is not protecting her. I was like, I was clapping like, come on, Claudia. Come on, Claudia. Call a thing a thing. Call it out. Call it out. Call it out. Okay? Call it out. Call it out. Oh, yeah. Somebody said, wait, Jamie, don't forget when Funky shaded her being the side chick. He did at the very top of the interview. He did kind of shade her a little bit. And, Kimmi was going to go into that whole spiel so she could clear up that mess. But Funky decided to go ahead and move on. Okay. Like, yeah, girl, you cleared it up, whatever. Like, nah, I feel like 2 things existed. You thought you was his girl and somebody else did too. Therefore, it was giving lappage. Therefore, unbeknownst to you, you was likely his side, because that's how he rolled. And that's what I truly believe. But anywho, so yeah, Claudia pretty much called him out for continuing to reiterate the same SHI as he did on the interview, and how she was protecting him, but he wasn't protecting her, and he was still standing by everything that he said. So he starts talking about how he wanted. This is when he go into his spiel, y'all, trying to defend himself. Okay, because again, this is damage control. They were doing this to fix his ego, I shall say, make him look good, fix his image, all of that. And this how I feel. Kimmi, you really should not have went on there and did an interview with his ass, for real. He was over there talking that big shit with Carlos. Take your ass over there and clean your own shit up over there on TGIF by your goddamn. How about that? How about that? How about that? Since you want to run your mouth and do all of that over here, you could have stand 10 toes down by your damn self. Why you got me sitting up there looking like a damn fool? But anyway. So, let me see where I'm at. Claudia calls out Maurice for continuing to reiterate. We talked about all of that. He's still standing 10 toes down in what he said. This is where he starts to like go into his little spiel, and he says something like, I wanted her to quit her job. I wanted her to quit her job so that we can focus on her health. Okay, so we can put that at the forefront. Like whenever it comes down to that, like that's the thing that's more important. You wanted her to quit her job, but you didn't want to quit getting on top of her. Make it make sense, baby. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I feel like it would have been easier for you to quit hopping on top of her than it would have been for her to quit her job, quitting additional income that's coming into the household. But don't give me that excuse, boo, talking about you wanted her to quit her job, because let's be very honest. Again, before this woman had cancer, you've been trying to get her to quit her job so she can go full throttle into real estate for whatever ideas you got going on. You've been wanting that. But that's her safety net. And that's what she loves. And that's what she continues to do. And I hate that for her, because she has to walk into the hospital looking a damn fool because of what her man out here saying about her on social media. And I pray she don't go to work and got to worry about somebody coming up to her asking her about it. Like, girl, what? Oh, hate it. So don't be trying to use that excuse. I wanted her to quit her job so we could focus on this. It's easy to fool people that ain't been watching the show, Maurice. Cut it out. What else? He says, and when she has her struggles, he doesn't know some. And and when she's struggling and she's going through her stuff, when she's dealing with everything, I don't know what her struggles are because I'm not inside of her. But you inside of her. Are you okay? Are you okay? Sir, how you doing? You good? You good? You don't know what her struggles are because you're not inside of her, but you make it your duty to be inside of her when she's suffering. Like, are you okay? Do you hear yourself? Do you hear yourself? You make no fucking sense. And I wish Kimmi would have got up and walked out the damn interview, but it would not have been professional at all. It would not. I'm not inside of her, so I don't know her struggles. What? But you be with this lady every day. You've been with this lady for over a decade. You lay with this lady. You know her ups. You know her downs. You know her moves. You know all of that. The most I've really ever seen Maurice do was bring Kimmi a damn bowl of tea this season. Has he done more? Let me know. I just cannot remember. Remember they were sitting in the theater room and the most he did was brought her some tea or some oatmeal or something in a bowl. That's the most I've seen him do. Meanwhile, she over there stressing, trying to make sure that they ass got some food. Girl, fuck y'all food. Go in there and fix your own goddamn shit. Hell, matter of fact, teach monster ants how to cook. Hell, Jalen work in the damn kitchen. Have him pick some up from Black so y'all could eat. She over here worried about saving her damn life so she could be here for her son in the future, and over there pressed about making sure y'all got something to eat. Girl, fuck y'all. Okay, but let's keep going. He making no sense, girl. So then they speak on co-parenting, and Kimmi pretty much like structure, right? She's been very successful with raising her son, whereas Maurice, she says he's more relaxed in parenting. She feels like there are certain things that his son should be moving to and working on or whatever, whereas he's more relaxed in that. So they pretty much have like a struggle in that department. But when you ask Maurice about it, he says that everything falls on Kiowa because Kiowa was the one that babied him, as though he wasn't married to Kiowa for a good amount of time when they both was raising that boy up. That's what's confusing to me. He act like Kiowa was doing everything by herself. Now I'm over here questioning, was she? Was she while you was in the house? Was she doing it all by herself? And then y'all created a monster. What's going on? Anyway, so then Maurice says that their opinions differ. Even though, this is what I could not stand. The question was asked about their co-parenting. This is Maurice's answer about the challenges or whatever when it comes to co-parenting, right? Maurice says our opinions differ, even though she's successful in raising her own son. Nigga, duh. That's why we trying to understand what are the challenges, like Kimmi gave us a good one. Kimmi says she likes structure. You like things relaxed in parenting. That is the struggle. What else do you have to add to that? Only thing he said was she was successful in raising her own son. That's not an answer, baby. That's not an answer. What are you doing? And that's why Kimmi was over there looking pissed. So that's when Funky calls out Kimmi. He's like, Kimmi, I have to say, like, I have to interrupt here. Like, Kimmi, you look very uncomfortable. And she was like, I'm not no, I'm not I'm not uncomfortable. It's just that how he answers the questions and not necessarily being direct. It just it do some, but I just try not to interrupt him so he can get his thoughts out. But it just makes me feel like that's not really what they saying, or that's not what they ask. So in my head I'm processing all of that. So it's not that I'm uncomfortable, I'm just frustrated as fuck. At least that's what I got from it. She didn't want to say she was uncomfortable, so we just gonna say that you was frustrated as fuck. Because as I was watching it, I was frustrated too. He's giving incomplete sentences around here. Like, he's not answering shit. The only thing I really felt like I got from Maurice was him standing 10 toes down, and the fact that it was admirable for you to roll over and suffer for him. And I already got that from a clip. Okay. But all right, that's what you want to do. Do what you want to do. So then Claudia says she says, listen, come on, Claude. Come on. Can I call you Claude? Come on, Claude. Okay. Claudia was like, listen, I believe that you guys love each other. I do. Okay. I believe that you guys love each other, but there's a clear issue with communication. Okay. She tells Maurice that she says he doesn't. She's like, Maurice, earlier you said that you're not inside of her to really know her struggles, but you don't have to be inside of her to know her struggles. I mean, you live with her every day. You see her every day. You know her ins and outs. I said, come on, Claude. Come on. Clock him before y'all clock out. Come on. Yes. So then she tells Kimmi, and you guys can cuss me out for this later, but like, I'm just being honest here. Okay. Like, listen, Kimmi is giving that, you're protecting him a bit too much. You know, that I'm just telling you guys what it is that I see. I see that you guys protect him too much. Then she tells Maurice, you know, it would have really been nice if you would have sat up here and like rephrased some things that you said in that previous interview. Like this was your chance. And you really didn't. And you know what else? You know, guys, like it's really sad. It's sad that, you know, you're not protecting her in the way that she's protecting you. And I was again clapping my fucking hands. And Candiace like, I'm just on the outside looking in. I mean, this is just my third party view. Like, I'm just telling you guys what it is that I see. Like, I just, you know, and it's just not like it's I've been in a relationship like that, you know, and what I loved was when she said, I've been in. Hello, meaning bitch, past tense. Also meaning I know where this shit is headed. I may not have married the fool, and thank God I didn't. Okay, but hello, I know exactly where this is going. All right, but the interview was good. Y'all gotta go over there. Y'all gotta hop and skip and watch it for yourself. You feel what I'm saying? What's up, Bondi? Hop and skip and watch it for yourself. But that was pretty much the interview. Like it was real quick. I really feel like it. I don't know. It seemed like it was like less than 10 minutes. Don't quote. But it just seemed like it was a really quick, rapid interview for the most part. But girl, it was a bit juicy, honey. So I said, I gotta come over here and I gotta, you know, tell the people what I got from all of this because it moved me to do so. All right. So that's that. That's pretty much all that they talked about for real, for real. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Maurice is continuing to be foolish. He gonna forever be foolish. And I feel I want to say that one day Kimmy's gonna wake up, but I feel like Kimmi is already woke. Kimmy's just at a place where she's not ready to make a move. And we just shall see what the future holds. But if we find out years later that they ended up divorcing, not gonna be surprised. Not gonna be surprised. Not at all. It would have been a long time coming. But that's all that I got. I thank you guys so much for joining me at this late hour. We have over 800 people in the chat. So definitely go ahead and like up the video if you enjoyed the video. If you haven't seen the interview and I gave you the full rundown and you appreciate it, go ahead and hit that like button as well. Okay. I'm Jamie. That's me. Feel free to follow me on all social media platforms at Jamie. That's me. That's going to be what? Twitter, Instagram, Threads. I don't be on TikTok as much, but you know, okay, follow me. All right. Yeah, that's all that I got. And I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.